Well, good morning, everyone. And we are live from Potlatch, the Mason County PUD #1 customer appreciation event. I got to tell you, you got to get here to get your hot dogs right now. There's a line already, so you can enjoy a hot dog, hamburger, all the trimmings. Everything is here. We got a nice crowd so far, just started. And you can get your swag bags. What's a customer appreciation event without a bunch of giveaways? So come and come up to Potlatch. Nice day so far. No rain as of yet. And I should hold out till this event is over. I would hope so. Let's see. Yeah, we're on now until 2 o'clock. We'll be dropping in with some reports here and there throughout the afternoon until about 1. So if you can come out and join us, feel free. Track me down. I'm over on the side in the corner and say hi. So Dieter Callen for MasonWebTV, powered by HCC, live from Potlatch. We'll check in a little while. All right, folks, just to let you know that we have hot dogs and hamburgers and all kinds of goodies here at PUD, Mason PUD number one's customer appreciation event. It's their barbecue. You got swag bags, all kinds of stuff. I'll be breaking in when I get important people to come talk to me. Everybody's pretty busy as there's a nice crowd here and a line of people waiting for food. They're hungry folks. Come on in and enjoy and join us here at Mason County PUD number one's office in Potlatch. Just up 101 or down 101, depending on where you are, and you'll see the big sign. So come and enjoy with us. All right, we are back here at Mason PUD number one's customer appreciation event, and I'm here with a couple of lovely ladies. And I gotta take myself out of my ear so I can hear. Identify yourselves. Hold on a second.
I'm Katie Arnold. I'm the district treasurer.
I'm Brady Milroy, the water resource coordinator.
So tell us about this event. Some debate on how long it's been going, but we've determined less than a decade?
Yes, less than a decade. At least 7 years.
Yep, 7 years, right around 7, 8 years.
It's grown quite a bit in the last couple years. I know last year we had to run up to Hoodsport and get more hamburgers because we had so many people. So, yeah.
So I'm trying to think back to last year. I don't remember this being this packed so quickly.
Yeah, I don't know if it's partly to do with the weather being so nice or if the word's just gone out, but yeah, it's pretty packed for as early as it is.
A couple of ladies did say they wanted to beat the rain.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Well, and I know too, with the goodie bags that we're handing out, people want to get to those as well.
So let's talk about the goodie bags. What's in the goodie bags? Who wants to go with that one?
We have all kinds of good stuff in there. So if you are a power customer of the PUD, we have an LED light bulb and shower kit. And then in addition to that, we've got koozies, a water bottle, ice pack. If you're a water customer of the PUD, we also have a water conservation kit that has
a water timer. It has your spray nozzle, a rain gauge, anything to help conserve water, keep you a general idea of what you can do to conserve water.
So let's talk about how do we conserve water?
How do you conserve water during the summer months? If you watered alternated every other day, so let's say you have an odd number house number, you're not hot water on the odd days, you'd want to water first thing in the morning or later in the evening for the fact that you're going to use less water to water your grass. If you water in the middle of the day, all that's doing is you're soaking up that water right off your grass, and you're really burning your grass too. And so more less time.
What about in the house? What can you do in the house?
The house, you your showers, you could time yourself 5 minutes or under. You do your laundry, you're going to want to make sure you're full load. That way you're doing less laundry in all reality. Your dishes, you use your dishwasher. If you have a newer dishwasher, those lower usage on water there. Keep in mind, brush your teeth. This is a big one, and I do this with my kids, is when you're brushing your teeth, turn that water off. You only need it at the end, and that helps tremendously right there.
How about on the power end of that? Is there a better time to run your bigger appliances like your washing machine, or is it just any time? Or am I asking the wrong ladies?
Well, I do know times of where more people are using more power. So obviously, in the wintertime when it gets dark, people are turning their lights on, and that requires more demand on the power grid. But as far as conserving energy, I would say, in the summertime, with your air conditioning, if you have air conditioning, maybe have it turned up at a higher temperature than, that would the power consumption of the air conditioner. Then in the wintertime, conserving heat, turning the at home, that would, yeah.
So for somebody who's out there watching, what would you say to your PUD one? Down and get a free burger?
Please do, or hot dogs. Come get your goodie bags.
And just say hi. Yeah, we love our PUD customers, and we like them being here and sharing in what we have as a community here.
A lot of people. Thanks, Liz.
Thank you.
So yeah, we're here till about 1. Well, the event goes on until 2, and we're here until about 1. I see a couple people I got to say hi to. So check in with everybody. If you get in the line, be patient. There's plenty of food for everybody. So come join us. For MasonWebTV Powered by HCC, I'm Rick Allen. We'll be live here in Potlatch until about 1. Just want to jump in here real quick. Again, to remind everybody that the Mason County PUD number 1 customer appreciation event, the barbecue, is going on until 2 o'clock. I'll try to track some other people down. I see that State Senator Tim Sheldon is here. I see Bruce Jorgensen from PUD number 3. He's one of the commissioners. I see a couple of staff members from PUD 3, and I won't call them out because maybe they're not supposed to be here, but we'll talk about that later. Thurston County PUD person is here. We also got Costco. If you're interested in Costco, you can come on up and talk to them. And I would love to get a PUD 1 commissioner, but they're all really, really busy cooking, serving. Yeah, we'll check in a little bit later, so keep it tuned or come on out. We'll be the event goes on until 2. We'll be here until about 1. For MasonWebTV Powered by HCC, I'm Diedrich Allen. We're back here live in Potlatch, trying to get a hold of Ron Gold, the president of the PUD #1 commission this year. And he's aside from his cooking and serving duties, it's hard to get a commissioner, get away from your constituents in any way. And he's still making his way over here. We're going to try to do that. The crowd has thinned out a little bit, so now would be an ideal time to come to Potlatch for a hamburger or a hot dog. Oh, ice cream. Oh, I forgot about the ice cream. Olympic Mountain ice cream. It's all here. Swag bags. You can get it all here, and just come on down to, or up or down or wherever, over to Potlatch, to PUD #1 Customer Appreciation Event Barbecue. Hot dogs, hamburgers, soda, water, and your swag bag. And we'll be trying to nail down a few more elected officials or what have you. I tried to track down Tim Sheldon, and he had to go, so I couldn't track him down. Still waiting for Ron Gold. I hear Bruce Jorgensen from PUD 3 is here. We might try to get him before he steps out. And yeah, but come on down. Lots of hamburgers and lots of hot dogs still left. For MasonWebTV Powered by HCC, I'm Diedrich Allen. And we're back here in Potlatch. Mason County PUD #1's Customer Appreciation Event. It's an event. I gotta tell you, it's an event.
It is an event. It gets bigger and bigger every year, and looks like this year's gonna turn out the same. We had more people show up at the beginning than I've ever seen, and we're going through food like crazy, so come on out and get some.
You might identify yourself for everybody, because I forgot to do that. I just jumped right in.
I'm Darren Hall. I'm the Director of Operations here at Mason PUD 1.
So you said this is like the biggest crowd you've seen in it?
So far, yeah. I think this year we tried to do a lot more food, and looks like we're going to the store to get more, so that's a good sign.
Really? Yeah. Wow. Well, the line's shortened a bit.
Yeah, it's starting to taper off a little bit, but we want to make sure we got food for people if they show up, because we really like to see our customers come out here and enjoy this event. And it's good the local people all come around, and most of them know each other, neighbors and stuff like that. And I've worked here quite a few years, and I know a lot of the customers, so it's good to see them, because I'm in the office more than I'm in the field now. So it's good to see those customers.
and it's good to meet people you don't know.
Exactly. There's a lot of people. I've met some really nice people that have moved here recently, and just got to chat with them and tell them what the PUD is about and what we're doing. So
let's talk about what you're doing. You got big plans for the future, don't you?
yeah, we do. We're in the process now of building a covered storage building. We have that out to bid right now. We've grown a lot, especially in our water business. We're up to 72 water systems now, and we've run out of room. So we got out to bid a covered storage building, and we have plans to build a new facility, but it's a long ways out. It'll be 10, 15 years before it's ever complete. But we have plans to do that, and on the operations side of things, we're moving forward. We're trying to replace. We have a lot of aging underground out there in our system. So this summer we've hit it real hard to try to get some of that replaced, and the numbers are showing up. Our outages in the summer, because usually our underground cables they go bad in the summer, which is kind of surprising, but that's just kind of how it works. And our underground outages have started to go down by quite a bit. And we're also out there looking to see what areas are troubled areas that maybe take a long time to restore power. They have no access or things like that. And if there's an opportunity to underground those or reroute them so that the power's more reliable, and keep our outage hours down, and which makes customers happy and it makes me happy because my phone doesn't ring.
Let's talk about those outages. I mean, you have some challenges with the way your district is formatted. I mean, you're going way up the canal, and
yeah, it is. I mean, we go clear up past Brennan to the top of Walker Mountain, if anybody knows where that's at. But Brennan is a great community. We love our customers up there, just like we are Mason County customers. So a lot of times it's a long ways to get to where you're going, especially like when we had that snow this winter. We had over 2 feet of snow here at the shop, and to get those trucks up and down the highway, they pretty much had a point where they quit plowing, and get those trucks up and down the highway was a big challenge. And I got to give a lot of kudos to our employees, because if it wasn't for them, I mean, they bear through it, and it's miserable. I mean, I was a lineman for 17 years, and I know it's cold, it's miserable, but these guys, our employees, want to get the power back on. They that's their goal. It's go till you can't go, and get everybody back in power.
It's a convenience for people. People don't think they just turn the light switch on and it's supposed to be there, right?
Yeah, even as a lineman, power goes out at my house, inherently I walk by and hit the switch still. You think I'd know better?
Well, it's a habit.
Yes.
Why isn't this on? Okay. Tell us a little bit more about your water systems. As you said, 72?
72, yes. We acquired 32 systems from Thurston PUD, actually. They had bought them from a private company. And so we onboarded those last August. And once again, our staff did a fantastic job, from the front office to our outside crews, our water techs. It's a big challenge, because you really don't, these water systems, you really don't know a lot about them when you get them. I mean, you're lucky if you get a map of what is actually in the ground. And our employees took it headstrong, and our lead water operator, he's a fantastic guy. He's won a couple awards because he's that good of an operator. And they took it on full steam, and we've moved forward. We hired one new employee to help us with those water systems, and we're working on getting infrastructure changed. Most of these systems we get are old. It's rare you get one would be up to today's standards. So we're working through our capital work plan and prioritizing what needs to be done first. And we've got that laid out, and we're moving forward to get main lines replaced and more storage in some areas that maybe lack storage, So we're working on that, and our crews do a fantastic job. I can't say enough about our crews.
Now, the water systems stretch your guys pretty thin too, because they're all over.
They do. We basically go from, we have systems over in the Belfair area at Tiger Lakes, clear out to Matlock area, and everywhere in between. So it's, when you have 72 of them, it's a lot to maintain, and we run a pretty lean, mean crew, but our guys get the job done, and I think our customers appreciate it. I know that the customers that we onboarded that were private customers before that Thurston had acquired, they have reiterated that how nice it is to have a PUD that cares, that they have a voice and they can be heard. We're not perfect, but we try to do our best, and I think customers appreciate us.
Well, I appreciate you. Thanks for talking to us, Darren. So, yeah, come down and talk to Darren. I'm sure you could chew his ear off if you want. Here till 2 is the Mason PUD #1 Customer Appreciation Event. Quick turnaround. The guy I've been waiting for enough time. Ron Gold is here. He's president of the board this year. Get you on camera. Ron, your experience, you've been here a long time.
This is my 17th year now. On my 17th year, yes.
And how many times have you been president of the board in that time?
Well, normally we rotate every 2 years, so the president's normally the next person coming up for election. So I come up for election in 2020. So I took over the board at the beginning of this year. So we switch every 2 years. So whoever's the next person that's going to be on the ballots usually becomes president. So that way we rotate it every 2 years, and that way all 3 board members have the chance to be president during their term to kind of spread it out.
So in your 17 years, what changes have you seen in the PUD?
The changes is
stuff you got a little
distributed energy, solar and wind, which is neat, receivables. But what's really to me is worrying about removing the Snake River dams, where people don't understand there's so much coal that's going to be retired in the next 10 to 15 years that if we take that other base load out of there, we're going to be a third world country with blackouts and brownouts. What people don't realize at the end of February, beginning of March this year, the whole Northwest almost went down in terms of power. What happened was a perfect storm. We had very, very cold snap. It was very cold up in Canada where the water comes for the hydro system, the storage. Canadians experienced it where they were having a higher demand than normal, so less water was coming down to Columbia because of that and also because of the weather. So we came to an instance where there was about a 10-day period or a little less where the Bonneville Power Administration had to go out and buy power at a lot higher rate. And luckily it was available, but those times are coming to where they're pretty soon not going to be able to do that because there hasn't been a base load generation been built. And when I say base load, it's like the hydro system is a base load because you have the reservoirs as your battery, so you can kind of turn on and off the turbines and generators when you need to. The problem with solar and sun, which is they're very good that we're developing these resources, but sun is only reliable in the wintertime, maybe 8 hours a day if we're lucky. And then wind in the state of Washington is only reliable about 30% of the time. So the dilemma we have is that you can develop all the wind and all the solar, but if the wind isn't blowing and the sun isn't shining, where's our power going to come from? And this is something for the public really needs to understand, is that the benefits that having this hydro system, the non-carbon hydro system that we have here, versus the alternatives is built more gas-fired plants, which still put a lot of pollution in the air. So we've been very blessed in the Northwest to have this Columbia hydro system along with the Snake system. And to be honest, I don't think people realize that this is going back a generation, during World War II, that if we didn't have the Columbia hydro system and that power, we may not be talking here right now. It gave the war efforts the power to be able to manufacture. And I realize I'm jumping around, but what I'm trying to get at is the benefit of having electricity in the Northwest. It's low cost compared to other regions in the United States. There's always challenges, and one of the challenges with the dams have been the fish. which we're trying to be good stewards. And since the mid 80s or early 90s, we have spent $17 billion to try to restore the salmon runs. So the runs right now on the Columbia and the Snake River are at levels that they were before the Columbian dams were built. And what a lot of people don't realize is when these facilities were built, they were already over-harvested by canneries and other methods of harvest than that. So the challenge that we have today is to be good stewards to the planet, and we do take fish very seriously, and we do put over $200 million a year through the ratepayers to help offset some of the environmental impacts for that. So it's not how to put a perfect world, but in reality is that people like, I hate to use the expression, the good life, and when people cannot turn that switch on and that power doesn't come on, people get a little worried. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to get the message out that we're trying to be good stewards, but at the same time you got to understand that what reliable base load is. Because you can have all the sun and all the wind in the world, but if the wind isn't blowing and the sun is not, working, if it's in the wintertime when you don't have the high degree of angle and you're not producing that much sun, we could be in spots where we don't have power for the people. And that's why it's so critical to understand why the Snake River, those dams are so critical. And, and it gets me a little upset because they blame the Chinook not going to be able to get to the top of the Snake River. But here's something that was brought up. The Chinook that go up the Snake River never go into the Puget Sound. They're out in the ocean, and they come. So granted, the orcas, when they are in the open ocean, do eat the fisheries, but the main fishery for the salmon in the South Sea, in the Puget Sound, is actually the Fraser River. And the Fraser River has no impairments. There's no dams or anything other than the spring they had a huge landslide. And the BC fisheries were helicoptering fish until the waters came down and were able to move enough boaters to get out of there. So I also have a friend that works for National Marine Fisheries. He's an observer on fishing boats. And I asked him about what he thought about the Columbia River and also about the Puget Sound, the orcas, whales in the Puget Sound. And he says if they really want to recover the orcas in the Puget Sound, what they need to do is stop taking the fish as food. The herring, believe it or not, is a fish for a lot of Chinooks. They over-harvest the herring in the Puget Sound. So if we look, what we need to do is look up the food chain. What is affecting that? So, I mean, it's a lot of complex issues. And as I used to be a contractor and did a lot of restoration type work, and doing this, having this position here now, I have a lot better idea about how things work in terms of electricity. There's still a lot of challenges, but I think we've been really blessed in the Northwest to have our Columbia hydro system. But there's always challenges, and we still, no matter what, we need to be good stewards to the planet. And we need to work together with people.
So, Ron, let's get back to this event for a minute. You're out there cooking the burgers and the hot dogs, and there's a big rush of people here at the beginning.
Yeah, this is probably the biggest turnout we've had in I think about 5 years, or I'm not sure the timeline, amount of years we've been doing this, but this is the most I've seen yet, to be honest. And it's good because this is for the community, and all the community members are welcome.
And it's for you as a commissioner, it's hard for you to get away from get even a bite to eat because everybody wants to talk to you.
Yeah, which is fine because, to be honest, I actually started my career working for the Forest Service in Hoodsport, so I've been around this area for 46 years. So I do know a lot of the people, that we serve in the utility, but we're also a water utility. And so we have 70 different water systems. So even though a lot of the people may not get electricity from us, we do serve all Mason County in terms of public water systems. But in terms of this event here, we're really, really proud that we could put this on for the community because the community does own this. We work for the people. And it's nice to see our owners come out and share our meal with us.
Well, Ron, I'll let you get back. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for talking to me.
You're good, Ron. Thanks. Ron Gold, president of the PUD number 1 commission this year. Been on a long time. One of the fixtures in the county, but also here at PUD number 1. Again, this event will be going on until 2. We'll be on for about, until about 1. So if you can, stop in, get a hot dog and a hamburger. Check out the swag bags. You can also talk to your commissioners from both PUDs because PUD 1 is putting on the event, but as you see in front of you, there's Bruce Jorgensen from PUD3. We'll check in again. Well, back here in Potlatch, Mason County PUD number 1's customer appreciation event, barbecue, swag bags, hot dogs, hamburgers, what have you. Another hour for this event. We're going to pretty much do it for us here in our Facebook Live broadcast on MasonWebTV, powered by HCC. Plenty of food left if you want to come on down. You still have about an hour. Like I said, you can get a swag bag, which is, well, water customers have a lot of stuff, different stuff, conservation-ish suggestions, as well as, things that'll help you conserve water. Some also on the electrical side. Just come on down. If you don't want a hamburger, just come meet your commissioners, meet your neighbors, talk to Costco. They're here as well. So that'll pretty much do it for me. And Mason Web TV, powered by HCC. And we have a football game tonight, so we'll talk to you then.